You are unmuted, I mean, from the road department
All right, let's go ahead and call this meeting into order.
to the road department.
Yeah, what is it?
Right, we've just got a small, I say a small agenda. Just got a few things on the agenda tonight.
503.
We've got a couple of ordinances, 3 additional ordinances that's been brought in tonight that needs to be reviewed to put in next month's packet. These are some house cleaning items that we need to take care of. We'll have, Melissa, when we open up the discussion, we'll let her explain these since we haven't had an opportunity to look at them real close yet. Before we get started, can I get a motion to read by title only?
Motion.
May I get a second? Okay, moving on. The first ordinance we have tonight would be Dawn's elections. Excuse me. To be enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 2024-61 for the calendar year of 2025 for Marion County, Arkansas. Article 1. In October, the Quorum Court passed an ordinance 2025-45 appropriating money from fund election reimbursements 1008 into county general election line items for the purposes of paying the special election held on November 18th, 2025. The unused monies needed to be returned to the election reimbursement fund 1008. May I get a motion?
Motion.
May I get a second?
Second.
Do we have any discussion? Since there's no discussion, I'll entertain a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Excuse me, none opposed. Next ordinance is the.
Very much.
You're welcome. You've got exactly 11 more hours to start next year.
Happy New Year, I probably won't see. all of
Happy
you.
New Year.
Happy New Year. All right, the next one we have would be the fire department ordinance,
Matching fund.
15,000. Being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 2025-56 for calendar year 2026 for Marion County, Arkansas, appropriate unappropriated funds from Rural Community Grant Fund 3562 to OPLFPD Fund 3562-0507. The total amount will be $15,000. May I get a motion?
Motion.
May I get a second?
Second.
Discussion, please. Since there's no discussion, may I get a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed. Next ordinance is road ordinance, dollar amount 144, 146, 41. There's actually 2 ordinances combined in this one. This is the ordinance from 2025. It was 2025-91 in the matter of a need of transfer funds. Now, on this 22nd day of December, a day when the court determines and declares it is duly convened for the transaction of business, the need to transfer funds to correct a scrivener's error has come to the attention of the court, and the court being well and sufficiently advised on this matter states as follows. That per ordinance 2025-44 appropriation for the transfer of funds for the payment of preparation of paving County Road, Marion County 4052, the Georges Creek Road Project in the amount of $188,318.75 from Fund 1007 Tribal Assistance Fund. 75% of the cost was to be reimbursed by the grant received from Arkansas Game and Fish to the county at the end of the grant process. Funds to be reimbursed to the local tribal assistance fund 1007. if we'll go ahead and move over to the next ordinance. Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 2024-61 for calendar year 2025 for Marion County, Arkansas. Transfer unappropriated funds from 1007 local tribal assistance fund for payment of a new concrete slab on Marion County 8057. This was for the, if I understood correct, the reimbursement of $52,580 back to that fund. On track on that?
Yes.
Okay.
You are correct.
Now, may I get a motion on this ordinance?
Motion.
May I get a second?
Second.
Do we have any discussion?
Yes, I'm very confused.
We had an order, we had we put it into the wrong fund when we deposited into the road fund, and it needed to go into the tribal fund. So we had to do a court order to correct the scrivener's error. So that's what the court order was for. We put the money back into the tribal fund. Now, we've completed the project that's out on MC 8057. And so we're asking to move some of that money that we had to put back in the fund correctly to pay our bill. Fix the slab, pay the people that fixed it.
What was the total? Because I have two different
Yeah,
ones.
there's a court order that moved back the money that was put into the wrong fund, and it was $144,146.41. And we only need $52,580 of that to be moved into county road. We're trying to correct an error in the order. We corrected the error.
You want to take money out of tribal.
Put it back put it in a road to pay this bill.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
Yes. This was from 2024, correct?
That's from when they had the July flood.
Okay.
2024, because that was, I mean, it's taken us this long to get all these projects, because we had 5 slabs and.
Hang on. So 8057 is from the April flood of this year, but they're correcting a mistake from,
No, it's from 2024.
no, it's from 2025, it's from April. So it's on our FEMA declaration for this year, 8057 is.
By 2024.
That's on our FEMA declaration for right now. Current one we're still working through. Now, it will be reimbursed at 75%. But those funds have,
I need to change the date.
yes, it'll
What
be
was the date?
April 3rd or 4th of 2025.
So we're going to be reimbursed 75% of this
From FEMA, yes.
52,580?
No, this is what we had already got reimbursed. Come here, that's in the bill. Because I was thinking that.
Yeah, just once.
Back to the court. Got the check in. So we put the check in the wrong fund.
Okay, so we got reimbursed for doing a grant from Arkansas Game and Fish. The original order was correcting where they put the money to, whenever we got the reimbursement for that money. So this ordinance is to appropriate funds to repair a slab that was damaged in April's disaster. That's what it is. That's what- Yeah, so we had a grant originally for 4052, which is George's Creek access. That project is finished and has already been reimbursed. When they got the money back in, it got put in the wrong spot. So they did a court order to move that money. That's taken care of. It's back where it's supposed to be. They're asking for an appropriation of 52,580 to repair the slab from April's disaster.
Okay, so one is from George's Creek, so the numbers are not the same. They're it's
No,
not
no,
MC.
we were reimbursed more than what they're asking for now, yes, but
Okay.
but that was 2 separate projects. She
Okay.
just added the court order in there because they've already corrected their mistake, but they need to ask for money out of that fund again.
Okay.
tribal.
Yeah, and
Yes.
so it was supposed to be put back to tribal, but it didn't, so they're fixing that, and now asking separately for.
What's the balance?
On tribal.
I know on road, well, both, on tribal and road
Road
department.
department is sitting at 7 million and tribal is sitting at 340.
I feel with $1 million sitting in road department, I'm not sure why this is coming out of tribal.
Because it's
Tribal's,
budgeted for other items.
tribal's one-time
whole-
money. right?
The 2,000 road takes in our payroll, all that other stuff. So
And this is
it's,
reimbursement money
Yeah.
for one project anyway. Starting roads, this is, the reimbursement was for 4052, which is a county road. It was just placed incorrectly in fund. So why not, since they reimbursed us extra money, that extra money towards another county road? It's not like we're taking more money from tribal fund, it's reimbursement money, how it had to be put back into the system.
I know what you're asking. You were asking why we have this amount in this fund and there's more than this fund, why are we not taking it from the larger
Why are
amount?
we
Is
taking it
that
from
what
road
you're asking?
department?
Well, from my point of view, the road department pays for the roads. It's employees and pays for the roads. So
Right.
tribal money is one-time money. When the money is gone, it's gone. There's over $1 million sitting in there. Why are we not taking 52,000 out of
Because
the road
it's
department?
That a million, whatever, what have we got budgeted?
I don't have my computer with me.
We've still got bills we gotta pay for the rest of the year for other roads, for vehicle repairs, all this other stuff.
So next year, county roads budgeted for 3.2 million.
What have we got this year,
Oh, I don't have this year's numbers on me right now. I don't have my laptop.
So is this 52,000 gonna be reimbursed by FEMA for
75%.
75% of it will come back? So. okay. About $13,000.
I thought all that 75, I thought all the reimbursement had to be done by October 1st or whatever day it
No,
was.
it's tornado.
That was the tornado?
Yeah.
Oh, we still get,
dealing with multiple disasters.
Yeah. And grants and all
I
the
know.
things, so it's all kind of jumbled.
okay.
So I believe we received some of the funding for the April flood. I just don't know how much we've gotten so far. I know they're working on it, like today, they received in some more funding today. But they go for certain projects, and there's only certain parts of the projects that are being paid out at a time. So if the project is completed, then they'll pay out their 75%, not the whole thing. Like we have one project that has 3 or 4 roads in it, where we have to have studies done on those roads to repair those slabs. So they're only paying for the portion of the studies now, and then later they'll pay for the remaining balance. It's crazy.
And then we have some that are projects that are contracts.
Do you have the SOP?
And it's all our estimate.
From the 15th.
So it's anybody's guess.
Don't know what you got. This is
Amber?
From the 15th.
Yes, ma'am. How much do we have in the FEMA fund for the disaster for the flood
For the flooding,
currently?
well, we just received something in today and that's 48.73, yes. We have $134,227.86.
Okay, so to alleviate that issue, can we change the fund that it's coming from, appropriate money from the FEMA fund? Is it coming out of tribal, because that's the money that's being reimbursed?
Yeah, if we
So if we amend that ordinance to come out of the FEMA unappropriated monies,
I like that idea.
that's what it's for.
Yeah. Because if you're getting money back in reimbursed, it might as well, you might as well use that as your,
Well, we're getting 75% of the cost.
Right.
So there's.
you might as well keep dumping that money into there so you can pull it back out instead of like,
At some point,
35,
we might have to say, hey, we need that other
At
25%.
some point, it will go negative,
Yeah.
right.
because you're only getting 75% of what
So
you
yeah, we could probably take that right out of the FEMA fund.
Perfect. Sorry to make it
No,
more
no, no,
difficult than what it
that one was a
is.
little confusing.
It's just like-
Any other discussion?
I
Same
think
time.
we're doing both the road and the tribal, like
Same time,
the,
right? Before.
those
on your
number 3 and
spreadsheet.
4 on our list here, those are together, correct?
Yes, the 144 was the one that's already presented in the 52,580 that we're amending out of the
Okay.
FEMA fund. Those are a package deal.
Okay,
This one is July though, right?
No,
Or we're
no.
changing
No,
it
she
to
said April,
We're
April
changing it to
2025,
April. Okay,
yeah.
that's the note I missed. Thank
Yeah.
you.
yeah, we just need to stop, like,
You'll wanna get a
Yeah.
phone number.
Yeah.
I did, I got it.
Hey, any other discussion? I'm trying to think through, well, I need to get another motion on amending it, on amending. I'll need to get another motion to amend. Yeah. Can I get a motion to amend the,
I'll make a motion to amend. I don't know how to do this. Since they're together. That the money
move it to the FEMA fund?
The money
instead of
moves
tribal.
to coming out of the FEMA fund, not the tribal assistance fund. That was really muddied, sorry.
It sounds clear to me. But they know what we're talking about, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters. And then can I get a second on the, amended?
Second.
All right, may I go ahead and, since we've got no other discussion, I hope? Looks good. All right. Need to go ahead and follow through with a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposed. Okay, the next one. Be the $187,000 sales tax. Road department sales tax ordinance. Being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled. An ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 2025, period 56 for calendar year 2026 for Marion County, Arkansas, transfer appropriated funds from 18,001 period 0200 sales tax road department, sales tax county road, sales tax road department due to elimination of 4 positions in the road. May I go ahead and get a motion?
Motion.
May I get a second?
Second.
Discussion?
A question. So I'm confused why we have to have an ordinance remove this when this wasn't in the budget that was approved.
Away from the amount in that line item in unappropriated. We
We,
don't need that amount anymore of the 4 positions. So we are unappropriating, therefore changing.
So those changes weren't in the budget we approved
No,
earlier this month? Or eliminated, but the dollar amount didn't change then.
so this is machinery and equipment that we are subtracting funds from, not anything else. So we talked it through, and since we did not add those 4 positions, we don't need this funding as of now, because the anticipation for new positions, more machinery and equipment
Okay.
needed.
Gotcha. It's
How
not,
that played out.
it's not payroll.
Not at all, machinery and equipment,
Okay.
4004.
Thank you.
any other discussion? Since there's no other discussion, I'll entertain a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Have the next item on the agenda is building improvement for 15, excuse me, I had that number wrong. Not the right one. I have missed one. Building improvement. Yeah, if you don't mind, I thought I had. Okay, thank you. Try this again. Next ordinance is the Building Improvement Fund. Being enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 2025, period 56 for calendar year 2026 for Marion County, Arkansas, transfer appropriated funds from 3403.0111 county buildings and improvement, county buildings to 3403 county buildings improvement due to changes in the security system upgrades. May I go ahead and get a motion?
Motion.
May I get a second? Second. Discussion?
So was the bid, did the bid come in more than what?
Plus, we, off of Melissa's, bid for Melissa's, OEM and Turner office, when they got their DVR system. The official quotes for each building is not in yet, but based off of her DVR system and setup, it was far less than what we. So we're gonna shave off 15,000. Because we have that fund as well as the county general account, and this was that one-time money. So we're gonna off that 15,000.
Sounded like we were adding more money to that.
No,
I misread that, sorry. Love it.
Any other discussion? I'll go ahead and entertain a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, no opposed. The last one on the scheduled agenda would be the transfer from the various funds. Or, excuse me. Be enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 2025, period 56 for calendar year 2026 for Marion County, Arkansas, transfer unappropriated funds from various funds for 2026 AAC risk management services. May I go ahead and get a motion? Motion. May I get a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Difference in insurance, basically.
Yeah,
Internet
so
contract.
I'm going to give props on this. She has worked with AAC, updated our, inventory and our we have a more accurate database now. Therefore, we
No,
an increase.
it's the rate increase. Actually, correct me, when I corrected everything, we owed less than we did last year.
Really?
But when the rate increase went from 0032 to 0035, we ended up owing more.
Fair enough.
So.
But
it's
we
the
do
rate
have a more
increase.
accurate list, so I do have to give her huge props. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Thank you. I
greatly.
know that was a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
to Try and get all that done.
But
So
we did-
various accounts, do have that increase that we did not know until unfortunately after the budget was passed. We
Well, not just that, the road department was paying for everything. Everybody got a budget, if they had a car with car insurance, it didn't matter, the road department was paying for everything. So I put it under the department that owned the vehicle. So each department is paying for their own insurance instead of the road department paying for everything.
Yeah, and so actually some of these, like, for instance, the coroner, he didn't even have that line item before, so we actually need to add that in. So it's very accurate now, and hopefully going forward.
We're still doing inventory of
It's
each
like
and
a
every
laundry.
department in the office. It's never gonna
Right.
get done.
When do you think that'll be done?
It's like the laundry, it's never gonna get done.
Never gonna get done.
It's never ending.
Yeah, she's the keeper of our records.
Job security.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
All right, well, I will go ahead, excuse me, and entertain a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Then we have 3 other items on the agenda that come in. These are housekeeping items. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and read these, open it up for a motion in a second. And then we'll put Melissa in the spotlight and let her answer any of our questions or concerns or all those other big words. All right, the first one, be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 2025-56 for calendar year 2026 for Marion County, Arkansas. Transfer unappropriated funds from 1005 Coronavirus Relief Fund for the purpose of renting a generator and replacement of current generator at the detention facility. May I go ahead and get a motion?
Motion.
May I get a second?
Second.
We'll go ahead and open up the discussion.
So I'm gonna give you a little backstory. The generator that's in place at the jail currently was put in place when the building was built. It was new. The very first fill up of fuel, they put biodiesel in the tank. Not sure whose fault it was, not worried about that now. We need to correct the problem. When they put biodiesel in the generator, it grew algae. They cleaned the tank, but there's still algae in the fuel lines. It's gonna take thousands of dollars to clean that out, but it would only cost about $10,000 more than that to put a brand new generator with a warranty back in place. So currently, they do not have a generator at that facility. If the power goes out, that's our 911 facility, that is our jail, that is our officers' operations. We cannot do without a generator there. So the rental cost is on line item 3018-0418-3071 to rent machinery and equipment. That cost is for 2 months. The lead time on ordering a generator is 6 to 8 weeks. So we're hoping that we get the generator there. Those are not made ahead of time. They make them when you order them because they're so big. So $11,784.02 is for the rental. And that would be them bringing it, filling it up and installing it, having it in place for that 2-month period, just in case we need it. For parts and repairs, so your first quote on the second page on that packet is, for the rental. That is for the first month, but the second month, the cost is $3,734. That's included in that $11,000. On the third page of that packet is the quote I received from Bliss Gas Services out of Harrison. We had 5 contractors come and take a look at the system on the gas lines. Currently, they have natural gas there, and that's what we want to go with, is a natural gas generator. That way there's no extra purchase of fuel, but the lines they have in place are not sufficient. That's close enough to that generator. So new lines have to be ran, and they will have to be ran across the entire facility. So that $10,432 is the cost of installation of those lines. And then the last page in that packet is the cost of the replacement generator. So totaling $86,786.47.
I think this was brought up at last budgeting season. Last budget season, but I don't know.
I think that was when they had the tank cleaned. I'm not sure, Jackie, if you have any idea.
We've had them out, I can't tell you how many times. Every time they come out, they say there's not anything else we can do.
Oh, no, I just
And now
remember
it's
you
dead.
guys, I just remember you guys coming for
Yeah,
this a
it's
year
been
ago.
ongoing since
Yeah.
we've been
Who delivered that to you, messed up on that?
before us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
So
generator's
nobody
been in
knows,
place since
you said you had
2018.
biodiesel, something else put in there but that shouldn't have
That is
been?
what Crawford Electric told me. Another one
So who
put
put that in there?
Not a clue.
Who would
I
know?
I don't
I
know
mean,
who-
nobody in
I
the
don't know
whole
who
world knows.
delivered the fuel at that time.
How,
I know that
how
we
long ago's
used-
that been?
Before,
2016.
so over 3 years. I know they said something about there's baffling or something in the fuel tank, so they can't get to it to clean it like they need to. Exhausted all our,
Whoever put that in there should be liable for it. I mean, I had somebody put gas in a diesel tank one time. Magnus paid for my diesel engine. Same difference, it's their fault. I mean,
I don't know if it was hand carried or, we don't know. No, I don't.
No, they have a diesel tank at the sheriff's office, which that can also be eliminated. There won't be an excess cost of extra fuel
We don't
having to
have
be
a
delivered.
We have a gas.
so we're eliminating the diesel tank, is that what you're saying?
Well, she said it's a
We
gas
don't have a
tank.
diesel tank.
I was
We
wrong.
have stock fuel there, but that's, yeah.
On natural gas, we'll have a natural gas bill.
Well, they already have a natural gas bill, so the kitchen
Right,
operates.
but it'll be
with
more
that.
now.
Yes, it'll be more.
Yeah.
And this generator is 150 kilowatts, the same size as the one that's already there, but it will definitely bump up their natural gas bill.
I'm pretty impressed with that because I've had a few quotes come and one was $2. So we've had some really high quotes.
Now, they did tell me, so where the facility sits, I don't know if you guys are familiar of the whole setup. So on the back side of the building, where the drive-through or to drive around it, where the sally port is, or where they bring inmates in, on that side is where the actual regulator is for the gas lines. So that's why they have to go up and over the top of the building to the other side where the generator actually is going to be sitting, and it is currently in place. So that's the cost of the $10,000 portion. So, like I said, this is necessary. We cannot have a facility like that that's not going to be operable or could not be operable for 2 to 3 days at a time. We don't ever know when the power's going to go out. Somebody can hit a power pole and knock that whole side of town out. And that facility has to operate. So
Right, no other discussion. I'll go ahead and entertain a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Wait.
sorry, pause. I need to tell you guys the 2 amendments. I messed up on the year at the bottom of the ordinance, and then section 3, it's the same template that I used for another one, so just eliminate section 3, and I'll make those changes before, Quorum Court packets.
Got anything else? All right, I'll go back to, going ahead and entertain a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right. All right, the next one will be another one from Melissa. Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending the annual operating budget and numbers and compensation ordinance 2025-56 for calendar year 2026 for Marion County, Arkansas. Transfer unappropriated funds from 2000 Road Department Fund for the reimbursement of services for response to federally declared disaster on May 26, 2024. May I go ahead and get a motion?
Motion.
Take a second. Second. Discussion.
How's that divvy done?
So these 4 fire departments submitted documentation that we were able to receive reimbursement from FEMA. So these funds were given back to us on the Yellville Fire Department, Summit Fire Department, Payette, and Ralph Caney Fire Departments. Those are the only 4 we received documentation back from. So they're the only ones we could actually account for their time and their equipment and use for the disaster. Now, this was donated resources. At the very beginning of the disaster, they told us that donated resources are never reimbursed, but they did. They reimbursed us and they said, do what you want. So this is for the volunteers that came in and they helped and they used their equipment. Now, we're not reimbursing their hours, we're reimbursing just the equipment use. Because we can't pay them a salary. So, we're 75% is what we received, so 75% is what we're giving back. So everything that we received that they turned in, is what we're giving back. On the 4 pages behind the appropriation ordinance, it gives the amounts that go back to each department.
That there's a workbook and you have to account for every person, every equipment, every piece of equipment has a cost code. So there's an hourly reimbursement cost that goes along with it. I just use their documentation. We got it all.
Any other discussion? I will go ahead and entertain a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Final will be another one for Melissa. Be enacted by the Quorum Court of Marion County, Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2023-74, establishing a minimum amount for the purchase of equipment.
Well, this is, okay, so this has to do with capital assets. So there's a difference between inventory and capital assets, and I don't remember what year was that they did. Anyway, right now the capital asset threshold is set at $2,500 for the county. So I met with the auditor and he says that's really low. So he comes in and, well, first of all, we haven't had an accurate capital asset list since 2015 or 16. So we get dinged on that every single year. So I'm working on that, but he says 5,000 is more across the board what the counties do, and some of the higher populations even up that to 10 or 15. So I thought $5,000 is pretty, if that's standard, that would be a good amount to set. So it's in how you report it. So capital asset, did I give you that? Look at this. It has the definition, then I won't have to read it.
Thank you.
This is what I sent to the department heads. And kind of a sample of the spreadsheet. I put along. Inventory is everything. Inventory is like, if we had a fire, what would you report it to the insurance company, right? Capital assets is not. The capital assets has more to do with, has to have a life, a useful life more than a year. Greater valued items, land, buildings, artwork. Software, yeah, that's a new one. Like like our mapping, we're paying, right now, if you pay $2,500 a year for the mapping thing, then that's reportable. Okay, people are like, what do you mean? Software is done.
Item.
Yeah, one single item or more. So that means that I would have to have a list. Right now, for 2025, I'm trying to have a list of everything that was one single item, $2,500 in value or purchased. The list of that, beginning balance and ending balance for 2025. We're gonna get in trouble, I'm just telling you. We're gonna get dinged on 2025, but 2026 is the year we're gonna have a good list. So if you'll raise it to 5,000, that would make all of our jobs a lot easier as far as creating the list.
I'll make the motion that we can discuss this.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Just to cover our CYA.
I was there. I was
I
just
know,
waiting. I was
I know.
chomping at the bit, but I need somebody to fill in for me.
That's okay.
It was on paper, don't worry.
We-
All right, hey, that works.
We got you.
All right, since we've got all of our ordinances
We-
taken care of, all of our votes are,
Oh.
ordinances are first or seconds, any discussion, other further discussion?
Did we vote on that final one? Sorry, I missed that if we.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to.
Oh, okay.
Golly.
May I go ahead and entertain a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Hey Travis, the first and the second was down there. I entertain the motion. I think we're good. Anybody else have anything to add for this wonderful new year?
I saw where the governor, bought the sales tax on groceries. First, I thought that's great for everyone in this room, but as a, county official, that's pretty big news for us. I did some checking today and 2025, Marion County has paid about $660,000 in taxes on groceries. Don't get from here on out. That's part of it, but the second part is bring up here, since we talked about it a lot lately, but the community. I know it's gonna be going to a vote, but that quarter-cent sales tax, Marie told me that they have 10% built into their 600,000 that they figure for their operating expenses. The average, tax per total amount month is anywhere from 8.5 to 11.5 or 11.8%. If they're gonna get less money for their taxes for that quarter-cent, and that'll get them right at their break-even point with their 10% of their 600,000. That means we're gonna be on the hook for whatever's over that amount. Their cushion is gone. I think as we go through the next calendar year, just in general spending, that, once March comes, we'll see for sure, but if we get to that point, it's not gonna be that good of a thing.
Governor was gonna, that was gonna be repealed. That figured into the revenue projections for the budget, so. Projections were lowered. Lowered that by that percentage, so your budget is still. I'm actually working on a spreadsheet, to kind of figure out the breakdown. As the total deposit that is shown on our summary from, the state gets broken down. Some goes to City of Bull Shoals, some goes to, City of Fayette, and so on. And then we have what comes to us, and I'm wanting to figure out a way to track how much it's going to affect us. So I've been talking with Rachel. I have an email for her to get back with me on how they're figuring and splitting things out, and I will be sending that out to you guys once I get back. I've been on the phone with him on and off all day.
Okay, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Chuck, what you're bringing to the table is you're making us aware of an additional hit. Am I correct?
Twofold, well, yeah.
Yeah, twofold.
Just if the
Mhm.
community center wasn't here, but.
Correct, yeah, if that project is passed.
And their money is cut, their cushion that Marie said was figured in is gone.
Mhm.
So that means any other expenses is gonna be coming to the Quorum Court, and once you're that far into the game, try this county. Happy New Year.
When was that? When were those new projections picked up?
It was,
I mean, we
It's
went,
ongoing in the system.
we start way early in the year and just keep going.
No, but like what Chuck just brought up, those, taking that into consideration, when did you already figure those projections?
Yes, right before we passed the budget, her and I got our final numbers and everything, and that's when it.
I was just curious.
No, you're fine.
Any other topics of discussion? Have no other discussion. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
May I get a second? All in favor?
Aye.